team got off to a slow start. You called a timeout, and then they went on an amazing run at the end of the first half. What did you say during that timeout, and how did you like their performance?
Well, I just wanted to talk to him about what we were doing defensively, and we talked about just trying to follow the game plan. I thought we had gotten away from it, and they're a very good basketball team. They're playing some really good basketball right now, and you can't let those shooters get open, as you can see, because if they get a second to get a good look, they can knock it down. So we really want to concentrate on trying to take the three ball away from some of their players. And of course, they started off 3 for 3 from three, so I guess my game plan didn't work. But what's good about it is we at the timeout we were able to regroup, adjust, and I thought our guys came out, and not only did they do a better job defending the three ball, I thought we got out and ran a little bit more and was able to get out in transition.
You mentioned the threes. Tyson Etienne hit 2 with like 2 minutes left to bring him back, I guess. And Brandon Mahan responded with that and one layup. Talk about his game, and towards the end there, he really came through you guys.
Well, I would say, one with Etienne, I mean, he's a terrific player. He was player of the end of conference last year. So he hadn't gotten off to the start that he had last year, but everyone knows he's one of the best guards in our league and one of the best guards in the country. And I think he showed it tonight, when he got going. And I thought Brandon did a great job of responding for our team. He loves those moments, as you guys have seen him play for a number of years. And so down the stretch, he's usually at his best making plays like that, and he was able to do it again tonight for us.
You had a pretty comfortable lead there at the half, 14 points, and then they just chipped away and made a game of it. What happened to your team there in the second half? Really?
I think we fell into playing, their style. They really do a good job of playing possession by possession and kind of grinding the game out in the half court. We want to play in the full court and get out and run and play in space. And so I thought it was that combination of them kind of, enforcing their will and kind of how, they wanted the game to be played. And so by doing that, it slowed us down. I didn't think we played with the pace that we were playing with in the first half. So our pace and our spacing wasn't as good as it was. And they were able to chip away at the lead because of that.
What is it about Brandon sometimes, the clutch moments at the end of a game, he's at his best. He had that step back three that he got fouled on as well when you really needed a bucket. Just what is it about him when he really steps up in big moments?
I think he loves those moments, and and that's something you can't coach. I mean, you have a guy like that. The thing is, once you find that out about him, you try to utilize him in certain situations, and so that's the best you can do. You're fortunate to have a player that in those moments can make plays like that, and you try to put him in position to do that. And we've seen him do that multiple times. I think his teammates have seen him do it in practice, seen him do it in games. So they have a lot of confidence in him, and he has a lot of confidence in himself.
Darius said he learned today that UCF was previously 0-8 against Wichita State. I'm sure you had an idea that this is the first program win against Wichita State. What can a win like this do for you moving forward over a program like Wichita State?
Well, it continues to give us, momentum and confidence in what we're trying to accomplish and what we're trying to build here. We want to have a storied program here. In order to do that, we need to beat, good teams and good programs. That's the only way you can accomplish something like that. And, I think, that's our goal. We want to be a championship program here. You've heard me mention that before. The only way you can do that is to beat, teams of the caliber that we beat today because of the type of program they are and some of the teams we beat this season. So we just have to keep building. But like I said, I'm excited about our group. I'm excited about what we can do finishing up this season. And we just have to keep taking it one game at a time.
One thing that Wichita State has been good at this season, they're second in the AC in free throw percentage. And last time you guys played Wichita State, you ended up having a lot of free throws, 63 if I count right, and you ended up having less than half of that tonight. Can you talk about what was different in that regard between this game and last game, both in general and just with the free throws?
Well, they took 40 free throws last game versus us, so they took 40 free throws. So we definitely, had an emphasis of not, trying not to, put them on the line. They do a good job of going to the line because they drive strong, they post hard, they play hard. So with that, it's going to be a lot of contact, and there's going to be a lot of calls. So I thought we did a better job defensively of being more disciplined and not putting ourselves in that position that we did, at their place.
What do you like most about how the team responded after what happened a couple of days ago in Memphis?
I was really proud of the way we responded, but I wasn't surprised in how we responded. You don't know how the game is going to go today, but I knew our guys would come out and play an inspired game. They've never not done that. The Memphis loss was tough. But there were a lot of, some things that we learned from that. Like sometimes you have to go backward to go forward. And so we had to go back, after the, USF win, setback versus Memphis. They're a very good team, played well at home. And but we had some good moments in that game. It wasn't as if it was, I don't think the final score was indicative of how we played throughout that game. I thought the last 10 minutes, was, we lost our composure. And so that was something we learned from that. We learned from that. But it was a 2-possession game probably with 10 minutes to go. With 16 minutes to go, it was a 1-point game. So it wasn't as if we walked up there and it was the final score was how it was the entire game. We had really good moments for probably 30 minutes in that ball game. We just had a 10-minute segment where we lost our composure. And you can't do that with a team that's explosive offensively. They're so explosive. They can go on huge runs, and they went on one to close the game out. And unfortunately, we were on the other end of that.
During some of the scoring lulls that you had at the beginning of the first half and beginning of the second half, Darren Green was able to get you guys out of that. Shooting a lot from behind the arc to getting 5 of them. Can you talk about his game and what his performance from behind the arc really does for this team's game?
Well, he gives us a weapon. He's a weapon for us. He's a specialist. I mean, he's a terrific 3-point shooter, and guys have to guard him as such. They have to kind of guard him a different way, and they guard every other player on the floor, which he helps our offense just by being out there because he's such a threat from such long range that you have to guard him coming across half court. So that just opens the floor up, for the rest of our players as well. So he does a great job even when he's not hitting shots. Just his presence out there, it lifts us up because they have to guard him a different way.
They stopped playing the first half. Something about a water bottle. Did you get an explanation about what happened?
I did not. I guess a water bottle was thrown and maybe came out in the court and hit one of our players, and I think that started the whole thing. But I don't really know. I mean, it's sports and things happen unfortunately like that. You just hope no one gets hurt, and unfortunately no one did. And I thought both teams handled it well. We grabbed our guys and brought them down to our bench. They corralled their guys, and then we started the game up. I thought the game was played with class, and I thought it finished out well.
Darius Perry was able to become the 21st player in UCF men's basketball history to get into the 1,000-point club. Can you talk about his performance tonight and just what his offensive capabilities have really done for this team?
Well, he's been very good for us. I mean, in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't think the stat sheet always shows all the things he does for us, leadership-wise. He's so competitive. He's a tenacious defender. He can guard multiple guys out there. He usually takes on the assignment of guarding the other team's toughest perimeter player. I mean, so, with that, I mean, he's been, a great asset to our program. And so just really happy to have him, with us, and we're fortunate, and I'm happy to see he was able to get a milestone like he did. Any of those milestones like that, I'm sure he would say, it's more of a team milestone than an individual milestone because you're not going to get over 1,000 points without having teammates that are passing you the ball and putting you in a position to be successful. And so it's not only a nice award for him, but it's an honor to our team because, teams, help individual players accomplish goals like that.
Earlier you talked about taking a step back to go forward, but you want to take this game and now take it forward and build momentum. You're down the final stretch here.
Absolutely. No, I'm exactly right. Now, I think we took the step back. Now we've gone forward. We want to continue to go forward. Absolutely. And, that's what you always want to do. But sometimes, in basketball, like in life, sometimes you have to go back before you can go forward. And we end up going backwards. And now I think we're moving in the right direction, and we want to continue to move in the right direction. And as long as we continue to improve and continue to believe in one another and continue to compete for one another out there on the floor, I think we got a chance to keep moving forward.
Back against USF, you talked about how the team gave 38 minutes of effort in that game. Would you say they went all 40 minutes with effort this time around?
Absolutely. I thought our energy was really good. I mean, I think, like I said, you always give the other team credit. I mean, nobody's going to just – everybody has pride in this league. They actually have great coaches, great players. I mean, it's going to be competitive games. Big leads, 14-point lead in the 28-point leads. 3 possessions all of a sudden. If you hit 3 threes right there, that's a 5-point game, kind of like it was in that game. So you have 3 straight trips you don't score and somebody come bang, bang, bang. That game, it's a 2-possession game real quick. And we understood that. And so they made a good run. And, our guys have been in that position, I guess, countless times this season. And so I thought our guys responded. We never let them take the lead. We always were able to kind of hold steady once they got, some momentum, a cut it to 2, a cut it to 3. We'd always make a play. And that's what we've done a lot this year. So I'm really proud of our guys showing that composure that we didn't show. I think during the Memphis game, we were composed down the stretch like we've been most of the season in close games. So I was happy to see us get back to how we like to play.
Good stuff. All good, guys?
Appreciate it.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.